Hey guys, so today I'm doing this St. Patty's Day eye look. It's kind of like this halo eye. For most of the video, I'm going to be doing my eyes, not really my face, because my camera was a little messed up while filming this. But if you want to keep on watching and learn how to get this look, then do that. First, I'm going into the Kylie Bronze palette, and I'm going to be taking this shade Jasper, I think. I think it's Jasper. Can't really tell, but it's either Jasper or Topaz, and I'm just going to use that as a transition shade in my crease. I'm just going to blend that into my crease just to give it like a color and a transitioning shade, which will be easier to blend my colors later and to define my crease. I'm not going to be using much of this palette. I just like the shades in here as like transitioning shade, so you could basically just use any like brown color or anything darker than your skin tone to just do that last step. Okay, so next I'm going to be using the Morphe 35D palette, and I usually use this palette for my colors, and I'm going to be using the second row third color, and it's this sparkly green, and it is the lightest green, and I'm going to be using this Anastasia brush that I got in the Modern Renaissance palette, and using the smaller side just to easily pack on the color. And I'm going to be putting that on like the outside of my crease, or the outside of my lid, and in like the inner corner slash beginning of my lid, because I'm kind of going to go for a halo eye. So I'm going to pack that color on to those two spots. Okay, so you want to make sure the middle of your lid has nothing on it, no product on it. And next you're just going to be using this Maybelline Color Tattoo Stick, eyeshadow stick. It's in the shade 745 Gold Rush, and we're going to put that in the middle of like the two green spots, I don't know. Okay, so next, going into the Morphe 35F palette, I'm going to be using this gold shade down here on the bottom, and I'm going to be packing that over the like shadow stick. So I'm going to be using a flat brush, and I'm going to just pack that color on. So just to make sure there isn't really like any harsh lines, we're just going to use a small blending brush by e.l.f. and kind of blend those two colors in together, so it doesn't look like they're just like stripes kind of. And then I'm going back into the 35D palette and packing on more of that green shade and then blending it out just like the same I did before. So to highlight my brow bone, I'm going to use the 35F palette and using 1, 2, 3, 4, the fourth shade, and I'm just going to highlight my brow bone. So I'm kind of just like blending that out with my fingers, so it's not really like just there. It's more like blended in to my skin, I guess. Sorry there's so many background noises, but next I'm going to be using the NYX Vinxel liquid liner, and I'm not going to wing it. I'm just going to like line my eyes with it. I'm going to keep it really close to my lash line. My camera is being annoying. Very, very, very annoying. I finished all my face makeup. Well, actually I didn't finish. I am using the Glow Getter from Nicole Valero and Anastasia's Glow Kit, just to get that pot of gold look, because it's a St. Patty's Day look. And I'm just applying that to my cheekbones, my nose, and my Cupid's bow. I don't know why my camera is being so annoying, but I mean, whatever. I said in the introduction that I might just be working on the eyes, and it is just like a St. Patty's Day eye. Like, if you want, I'll show you, if you guys want, I'll show you like a full face glowy look, glowy or bronzed look, which I'm kind of going for. I'm kind of going for like a really bronzed, glowy look, because this is a St. Patrick's Day look, and I feel like St. Patrick's Day you kind of get like, it's like the pot of gold, so you kind of want to look a little bronzy, a little goldish. That's why I'm using Glow Getter. You're the one I need. I kind of like this halo eye, like the gold really pops, I feel like. Going into the Blushed Nudes palette by Maybelline, and this is like a greenish pinky kind of palette. This isn't very pigmented as more high-end palettes. I used to actually love this palette. I used it like every day, but it was better before. I feel like it lost most of its pigment. And I'm going to be using this the fourth shade to the right on the bottom row, and I'm going to be using that to like smoke out my lower lash line. You see how there's like not a lot of pigmentation to that? Like, that could be such a pretty color, but it's kind of like muddy, I guess. So next I'm going to be using this Color Tattoo Pure Pigments by Maybelline, and these are really pretty and pigmented. So I'm just going to be applying this in the inner corner. Next I'm going to be applying the Roller Lash Mascara by Benefit onto my lashes. So I want to use a matte lip because the eyes are sparkly. So I'm going to use this NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in the shade Tokyo. Okay guys, so this is the end of the video. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you learn how to do it, or I hope you like recreate this look. And if you do, then send me a picture of it. I hope you like it. Subscribe. Happy St. Patrick's Day. And yeah, bye.